We are now in full moon territory with the Sun in Scorpio and the Moon in Taurus. The exact point is 8.38 Scorpio Taurus, and it happens just before 8 a.m. on the west coast, 11 a.m. in the east. The moon in this full moon is semi-square Trump Sun, while the Sun sesqui-squares it from the other end. This is stressful, and it means he is likely to make some mistakes, as one might almost guarantee, given that he is frenetically staging rally after rally in these final days before November 3rd. He has already arranged for his followers to either freeze to death in Nebraska or die from excessive heat in Florida, so he's certainly covering both ends of the temperature spectrum, but I would be amazed if we didn't hear about something more this weekend. He is desperately looking for a Comey-like pre-election surprise to help him out, like in 2016, but I think it's more likely that he will end up playing tricks on himself and further damage his cause. He is convinced doing all these rallies is helping him, when actual polling numbers indicate that it is turning off voters in the key states he is trying to win. This is not surprising, since the public is deadly aware of the deadly pandemic. And even if he does have a lot of diehards in his camp, a greater majority of people are, unsurprisingly, finding it very scary and unsavory to see all those people congregating at his rallies without any kind of respect for the contagious nature of COVID. Notice also that the Sun and Moon do trine and sextile as Mercury, which ordinarily is a very good thing. But in the context of his overall chart patterns, which are actually very negative, these trine and sextile oasis periods encourage him to be confident and direct in ways that he probably shouldn't be, which therefore is likely to increase the possibility of making mistakes. Notice also that Mercury has now retrograded into square range to his Venus, which is another marker pointing to trouble. As for Biden, this full moon is not completely easy either. The fact that it is mirroring his Sun and Moon signs at birth is generally good, puts him in his element. But the 8-9 degree range does put it in square to natal Pluto and can also draw in the 12th house Mars that Pluto squares at birth. Possibly this will draw in something about Hunter Biden that he will have to fend off, since the Pluto is in a children's sign and the Mars rules the fifth of children. However, I think by this stage of the ballgame, it's not going to be a very big deal. The bigger potential problem that he has to worry about is that the full moon axis cuts across his health houses, so I sure hope he stays safe, but I'm pretty confident that he will, because the overall chart patterns are strong. Expect him to, very unsurprisingly, both because it is the main thing that is happening and also because it is politically advantageous to focus on COVID, precisely because that's where the Sun and Moon are traveling, so that's where they will put his focus. And because they are in his natal signs and because it is a full moon, he may get some important inspiration that results in a message that convinces some of those last undecided voters to tilt in his direction. I'll finish by adding that since this moon is also right where Uranus is transiting, expecting the unexpected is also part of the deal. And if the US population wasn't jittery enough already in these pre-election days, this full moon spanning from Friday evening until Sunday night, but most especially all day Saturday, is likely to contribute to feelings of nervousness and anxiety. Turns out that this weekend could be more nerve-wracking than the election day itself, since by then the moon is in the next sign. Let's all be aware of this moon situation and do our best to remain calm, secure in the knowledge that in this high-stakes game of poker, we have the stronger hand.